Right, hang on, how did I need to sit like this? Okay.
No, you just need to pull your shirt in front a bit. Yeah.
You're saying I look fat?
No, I'm just saying pull your shirt in a bit. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Straighten down the barrel, intro, and then go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Hello and welcome to Megan Matt Meet. I'm Megan Wellens.
I'm not sure.
And as you can see, we are joined by Huddersfield Giants, George Flanagan. George, welcome.
Brilliant to be here. Thank you for having me.
That was technically an awful intro because we've got one camera looking at us, one camera looking on them, and as you can see, they can see me and you. They don't have a clue that George is here.
Oh shit, yeah.
But well done.
Okay.
No, carry on. No, just carry on. No, we'll carry on. Meg's
Okay.
Meg's already messed up once, but good start.
Yeah, right,
We're not starting again.
That's fine.
George, how are you? Go on. How are you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm very good. Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm living the dream. We're glad to have you on.
You've both been to
Tenerife.
Yeah.
This is becoming a theme now. All people keep asking me that it's Tenerife. It's some place though.
Yeah, it's a good place. We were there for 10 days, so we definitely got the use out of it.
How many nights out did you have?
No. We had two.
Oh, that's all right.
It was
team bonding.
Yeah, very good team bonding. Yeah, there was some. Yeah, it was really good anyway.
It sounds like it's not been as carnage as last year. But like Warrington had the big thing last year, didn't they?
Well, the coaching staff kind of pulled us in before that and said like, "Come on, lads, like, if you're going out, just look after each other. You know, just stay safe." And I think everyone did. No one got in trouble. So
who's the bodyguard of the group?
I think that's a bit the biggest, aren't you? Tom Burgess, yeah.
And who's the liability of the group?
Oh. Zach Wolford. Yeah, just blame Zach for everything.
To be fair, I'm not surprised by that because I remember when his dad was here. Actually, so we're at Giants luncheon tonight, and it must have been 2019-ish. Everyone goes up into town after, though. They have a few drinks. And Simon was absolutely steaming. Yeah. So if it's like father, like son,
I just blame Germ for everything.
Yeah, because he's Germ Junior, isn't he?
Yeah, Germ Junior. Yeah.
I wonder where did that actually come from?
No idea.
It's an awful nickname. Have you got a nickname?
Arthur Fringe.
That's a good one. I like that.
That's clever.
Yeah.
That's clever.
I've got a few of the boys just throw a few random ones at me all the time.
Well, you got a bit of hammer in well, kind of hammer. It was like backhanded compliments, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because they're all saying that they don't want to say too much about you because I think. Was Zach Wolford's words exactly? He's up his own arse.
I'm far from it. It's because Zach is just. If it's anyone, Germ just likes being Germ, and Germ does what Germ wants to do when he wants to do it. So yeah, I don't think he likes talking about other people.
Fair enough. Do you reckon you have a bit of a swagger about yourself? Well, like you play with a swagger. You like why? Well, say you like.
You kind of have to, don't you? A little bit. You have to have a bit about yourself. And that's what people like to see. Some people don't. But yeah, I like to just go about my business how I wanna, and if people think it's whatever they want to think, then yeah, I'm not bothered what people think really.
And how's pre-season been in general? Because, like you say, from that there seems a good vibe around the group at the minute.
Oh yeah, definitely. The vibe's been, second to none since we all came back. I think everyone were kind of raring to come back. Because we can just go on about how disappointing last year was, but I think everyone were just chomping at the bit to come back in, and everyone's fit, everyone's healthy, and it's been really good the past 10 weeks, however how many weeks we've had. We've trained really hard. The new conditioner, Gaz Whittaker, is second to none, mate. Is very, very good, and he's got the boys in the right condition. Some boys came back the best of shape they've been in. So, and especially now coming towards the back end, I think everyone's just ready to play, and we're all chomping at the bit to get playing. You
mentioned the pre-season. I think Luke said this pre-season compared to last pre-season, I think he called it chalk and cheese. What has been the difference?
It's been a massive difference. I think everyone's work ethic this year in pre-season has been class. We've turned up to training every day with a smile on his face, and that's probably what we didn't have last year. And it probably helps with Gaz as well. Gaz is really good at what he does. He's always on the ball with everything, and not letting the standards slip. And I think the standards have definitely risen from last year, and I think everyone's just got a point to prove. Everyone doubts Huddersfield Giants. When anybody talks about Huddersfield Giants, it's always they're going to be down the bottom, and we see that as fuel to hunger ourselves, and we want to prove everyone wrong. And it's what's in the four walls at Huddersfield. We all know how capable we are as a group to to get going this year and to have a better season than we did last year.
By the time this goes out, there'll be a bit of news about yourself.
Yeah.
New deal.
Yeah.
And he was telling me on the walk that he's getting Turkey Teeth, so we know where
the money's going.
We know
the money's going
we know
straight.
what's funded that. And maybe a new fringe, who knows? Maybe get that as well. Why? What was the thinking?
I just kind of like the way that the Giants are going about everything this year and what the future's holding. We're getting a brand new facility, training facility up at where we train, and the training facilities are going to look great. And I just had a chat with Andy Kelly and the other people, and I just really like how forward how it's been with Ken Davey. He's done something in pre-season where he's took all the boys out to for a meal, like a few boys each week, and he's really numbed down on. He wants us to be successful. He wants to spread positivity across Huddersfield, and we've all buying into that, and that's something Roman and I are in about for a while. But to be here for another couple of years, I just want to hopefully bring success to this club. And just like everybody else, we all want to achieve something as a group. And I've met some best mates for life for here. I could name them all. I think I've got a close relationship with every single one of them. They've had a massive help for me. I've got to fulfil my dream, come play Super League. So I just want to repay them now by playing some good rugby, hopefully, and see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because you talked a little bit about last year, and I'm sure we'll talk about it more later. But it's interesting for you because it was a tough year for the club and injuries, but for you personally, it was a pretty good year.
Yeah, it could have been better. We could have been winning more games, but on the other hand, myself, I absolutely loved every minute of last year. Every time I stepped foot on the pitch, I just wanted to put my best foot forward, and I never want to. I'm a competitor. I don't like losing, and especially last year, it were awful. I just want to try to be better, and like I say, last year was bittersweet for me personally because I absolutely enjoyed every minute of it, and I didn't want it to end. But now I kick on this year, and hopefully see where it takes me.
Just going to ask you about the lunches with Ken. I think it can sometimes get lost how influential Ken is actually. Yeah. But then I didn't realise he was that close to the players, like going out for food with them and stuff like that. Don't feel like normal ownership. I don't mean in a bad way, just in a good way, absolutely. But it says a lot to me that he's sort of having that sort of impact on you with the words he's saying.
Yeah, Ken's massive. He's always been massive for Huddersfield Giants. I just think like you say, the relationship he has with the boys as well comes down to training. He comes and watches us train sometimes, and it was just a nice touch to make him go, invite us all to dinner separately. So it wasn't like we were in a big group. We were in 2 or 3s, and you can really talk to him, and he really was just talking to us about the visions of the club, and I think everyone after that come out and just wanted to play because of how Ken talks and his persona around you. But yeah, Kenny's definitely massive for this club, and he always has been.
Where did he take you?
Grappolo's, which is my sponsor. It's the best Italian ever. So if anyone wants to go, get yourself to Grappolo's, yeah.
And George has ensured that he's got a sponsor for the next 5 years by doing that. What a plug.
Yeah. No, but it's interesting though, because like you were touching on with ownership, Ken is just a massive fan of the sport as well, isn't he? How's that to have around as well? Yeah,
he absolutely loves it, Ken. When he comes and does the talks, he just wants this club to be successful. And he came in and delivered a speech to us start of pre-season more or less, and he was just banging on about the spreading positivity around Huddersfield Giants and what we stand for. And he just wants people to see that and jump on board with us. Because like I said earlier, people doubt us all the time. Whenever you come into a new season, it's always Huddersfield are going to come somewhere near the bottom. But we believe that we can be up there, and with the group of players we've got, we can achieve anything because you've got the likes of Adam Swift, who's been around the game a long time, Tom Burgess. We've got Tui Lola here, Ollie Russell. All them players, we can name them, and if you look on a sheet of paper, you'd think that we're a good team, and that's what we want to be known as this year.
Here's a question for you. Where are you playing?
Where am I playing?
Yeah, where are you playing? Because Niall Evalds, Adam Clune, Tui Lola here, Ollie Russell. You?
Wherever the team need me, mate.
Oh, come on, mate. Come on.
No, it is a case of, obviously my position is a fullback. I love playing fullback, but I played half a bit last year, and I'd never say no to not playing. I'd play anywhere, as long as it helped the team out. But yeah, I definitely want to play fullback. But last year were obviously a bit of sweet because I got my chance through injuries. With a fully fit team this year, it's good because me and Niall have been competing in training. I think I needed that a bit more last year. To someone in training I'm competing with, and Niall's been great with me. Me and Niall have got a good relationship as well. We were rooming for 10 days in Tenerife, so yeah, we got pretty. We got to learn a lot about each other, and yeah, he's been great because Niall's a top class fullback, and he has been for years. When he were at Salford, Kilkea, he's played in big teams, played in grand finals, and I just want to learn off of him because I'm still only 21 and I've still got a lot to learn. But wherever the team need me this year, I'll play, and wherever I get my chance at fullback, hopefully I do. I'll just keep training hard and letting Robbo know that I want to be playing. So yeah.
Do you feel like, because like you say, you are only 21, last year was that breakout year, but do you feel like you are, even though it was such an exceptional year for you, you're still in the phase of kind of proving yourself at this club? Yeah,
I just want to prove myself to. I just want to prove myself more to myself that because you have doubts when I first started playing last year. Am I good enough to play Super League? Am I good enough to be in this environment? Because when I first came from Bradford, I was looking around and there were players I've looked up to. Because I've been rugby mad since I was 6-year-old, following my dad everywhere, wherever he's played. So yeah, I just want to prove myself that I'm good enough to play in this team and prove to everyone else I'm good enough to be an established Super League player. We're
going to bring it back and do it now, right back to the start of your career. Yeah. And how did you get into it? I'm assuming, was it your dad?
Yeah, my dad. He's been a massive part of why I want to play rugby, because I can remember back in the day being, really young. My early memories were when he were at Batley, and I'm going to training with my dad all the time. All I wanted to do was just follow him wherever he were going. I used to just. John Key was the coach at the time. I used to be stood behind John Key with a water carriers in training, really young.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I just wanted to be around and involved in rugby, and I followed my dad everywhere, wherever he's been. I've always wanted to go training with him. And then obviously when we got the chance to play with each other at Bradford, unbelievable. That is the best time of my life I'll never forget it. And we've got pictures up around the house of when I scored and he came on the pitch. It was just mental.
Where did you play first?
So I originally started at Bradford Dudley Hill. Right. Some players come out of there. John Bateman is the main one that's come out of there. And then I moved to Birkinshaw when I was 13, Birkinshaw Blue Dogs.
What was that all about?
The team was kind of folded out. And, back in the day, Dudley Hill used to have every team, but then some stuff were going on in the backgrounds and lost quite a few teams. So then I went to Birkinshaw, which they were coming up amateur club, and yeah, I so enjoyed it there. I had the best time. I'm still quite close with a lot of lads there. I help out coaching a little bit when I can. Right. But yeah, that's where I started.
What age was it where you realised, I might be really good at this?
I don't really know, so I've not figured that out yet.
It's that Wolford we're hearing me saying.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Probably when I got picked up with scholarship and I had a few clubs interested. But as soon as Bradford were on there, I wanted to go to Bradford because I was a Bradford fan growing up. So, yeah, I'm a Bradford fan growing up, mate. I always have been a Bradford fan. I'm a Bradford lad through and through. So, yeah.
And then we all know the Bradford Academy system's unbelievable, really.
Oh, yeah.
The people that have been there for a long period of time have been great. People leave and they still manage. It is phenomenal, really. What was it like at the Bulls at the time? Because people have almost forgotten about the Bulls for 10 years, not being in Super League. But academy-wise, they've been insane.
The academy team were great. I played in. We probably weren't the best in terms of your Wiggins and your all them. But we just had such a togetherness, and I felt like that's what I had throughout of Bradford, such togetherness. And yeah, they were some of the best times playing. I mean, as a Bradford lad, you always want to beat Leeds, and we beat Leeds in an academy game, and that was the best ever.
Who were in that Leeds team then?
Kai Morgan.
Sheffield.
Yeah, Sheffield. Who else? Jacksonfield played, I think. Yeah, Jacksonfield played. Riley Lum.
Yeah.
A few lads. Yeah. Alfie. Yeah, maybe. I can't remember. Yeah.
But he's so decent side,
Yeah.
and you'll. We see the player you are now, and the character you are now, and I mean, I watched your dad his whole career, and there is clearly.
Yeah.
So were you like that at that age? Were you still? Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Or
I've
worse?
always
Or?
been.
I don't know what it is. I just kind of. I think it's just passion. I just celebrate everything. You know, I'm a bit of a. I like to be energetic. People probably see it and hate me, but you know that's just who I am. So yeah.
Then you make the debut. You were young, weren't you?
17.
17. And I'll never forget that because of everything that went on.
Yeah.
Best day of your life?
Yeah, by far.
Can you talk us through the day?
Yeah,
Like what?
or more than that, before we get to the day, being told you're gonna play first team.
Yeah, because like I say, I've always grew up watching Bradford, so I always wanted to play first team at Bradford. I always wanted to do that, and you know, finding out I was playing, Matt Dunning gave me the opportunity to play, but not only play, to play with my dad as well. And like it's not just like we've played for an amateur team together, or you know, I felt like I worked my way up through the Bradford system, and you know, even just going to training with my dad were like some of the best days ever, because you know, growing up I always was watching him. To go to training with him, it felt weird, and it probably felt weird for him as well. But yeah, the day of the game was so like weird, just knowing that we're playing together, and definitely nervous. I was nervous as. But then when I played, I think it all just went, and you know, just playing at Odsal in front of a good crowd, even though it was championship against London, yeah. But it was weird actually, because like as soon as my dad came on the field, because he started on the bench, as soon as he came on the field, I scored. So it was like it was just meant to be. You know, we had the full family there. I think there were literally everyone I could think of there, and you know, it was definitely one of the best days ever.
You know, when you find out you're making your debut, you see it all the time, like in sports, they film them ringing the dad, or was he there?
When the team come up, I think all the boys were like buzzing, like all the lads who I played with at the time, they were all buzzing, they were all loving it. So yeah, it would.
What were your dad's reaction?
I think I don't know. I think he just felt it didn't. I think it was surreal. Like he didn't think it was happening. Because you never in a million years you start your career and think you're going to play with your dad and play against him, and we've done both. So it's like, it's a bit, yeah, it's mad. I think he were over the moon that we got to play together. I mean, yeah.
How big of an influence has he been on you? We spoke about you going to watch him and everything, but even now, I mean, you play completely different positions and the like and whatever else, but how much has he, day to day even now, like playing a part in your career?
Oh, he's massive, is my dad. He's massive. You know, he's not had it easy through his career. You know, he's had a lot of adversity, and his you know, his dedication he shows to me every day is massive. You know, he's always took me everywhere. Him and my mum always take me everywhere. Like I've had one of the best upbringings any kid could ever ask for. Take me everywhere. My dad he's hard on me sometimes. Probably people might not think it just because of the personality he is. You know, like when I talk about it to the boys about like how my dad is, he's such a character to everyone. But behind the scenes, he wants me. All he wants me to do is do well, and he just wants me to not make mistakes he made growing up. And I definitely rubbed off on me. Like you know, every day I come home, all we talk about is how my day's been at rugby, or how his training's been. You know. I wait up sometimes on a night for him to get home so we can have a chat about how his training session's gone, because you know, he's still 40-year-old and playing.
I can't believe he's still playing.
Yeah, well, on Sunday it's his 300th career appearance.
I'm doing the game. I saw it actually, and I thought he's done well to get a 300 amount of bloody bans he's had.
I was saying to someone the other day, he could have played about 400 games, but he's been banned for half of them. So, yeah, he's mad as ever. But you know, I don't want him any other way.
Then you played against him. I remember that game. Oh, so good. Because you were just at each other. It was so funny.
When he got sin binned, I was egging the referee on to send him off. Like, get him off. But yeah, that was such a weird day as well. Like, you know, like even like warming up and you can see your dad opposite you, and it was just weird.
You've been at home together long.
Yeah, we didn't talk in the morning. I didn't want to talk to him, and my mum were like, I don't know who to support you. I'm like, don't know how to support you, you got to support me. But no, it was weird going to the game separately, seeing him at the game, and then like running out and he's next to you. It's like, yeah, game on, let's have it.
Did he get a sly elbow in?
I was going to say, did you put a shot on
each other? He had a little elbow in him, actually. Never forget it. Because all I wanted to do was, as soon as he come on, I was trying to pick him out and run at him, because then you can say he'd done it. So yeah, I just picked him out and run and give me a little elbow on the floor. Yeah, and then he tried his barge over and scored.
I don't know how he gets away with it so often. You know it's coming.
Yeah, every team know it's coming. We even spoke about it, like, yeah, make sure we just tighten up and don't let him score. And he scored. But yeah, no, it was good. Yeah.
And you talk a little bit about his personality on the pitch, and you have a personality on the pitch. What parts of his do you think you have in yours?
Just making a fool of myself, I think. Sometimes I come back off when like when I've done a celebration or whatever, I think, why have I just done that? You know, but it's just in the moment, because we're probably so passionate about wanting to win and wanting to do well. You know, I just want to, everything I do, I just want to play with my heart on my sleeve, and you know, hopefully, yeah.
The one I remember from last year, you scored that wonder try here against KR. You stepped Mikey Lewis. Yeah. You stepped Arthur Morgan on his debut. Scott, I think you go in front, right? Oh, they put you level maybe. And yeah, you did.
Cheers, Matt.
He scored, honestly, worldy try.
Yeah.
Worldy try. Gives it the KR fans.
Celebrate and then kick under the post. Next minute, missed it. Oh, done.
And then they raced away with it. Didn't they? And I remember thinking, yeah, he's not going to be at the end of that one for a while.
Do you know what though? Sam Tompkins always says he prefers someone who always gives it, and it's just like, it's better to just always do it and be yourself than be in your head of picking moments.
Oh,
when
the game
to do
needs
it.
characters, all right?
Yeah, it does need characters. There's a lot of characters in the game, and you know, that's what I want to be. I just want to win. Like I keep saying, I just want to win and just want to be passionate. And you know, if you've got a bit of character, you've got something about you. So
you've mentioned it earlier on. The Giants, people don't speak about, and when they do, it's quite negative. But actually, it's quite a fun club. Like there's always stuff going on. There's big characters. There's balmy things happening. Tell us a little bit about life at Huddersfield Giants and the characters, the people, the sort of the funny memories you've got so far while being here.
I mean, I've got a lot of memories since I've been here. You know, especially last year when I made my debut and stuff. Like Robbo said today, you know, in front of all the sponsors and the corporate people, there's not a lot of fans, but they show up all the time, and you know, Huddersfield get a lot of stick for this ground, and you know, everything like that. And you know, the fans are so loyal, they're so nice, they're so genuine people, and they just want to do well. They just want us to do well. But I don't really have any funny memories. Just all the fans are great people to be around, and it's a good club to be around.
Yeah. Let me ask you this then. So there'll be people who play against you who say you're irritating, a bit like, I remember that Matt Duff did that thing with Jake Connor, didn't he? Oh
yeah.
Who do you find irritating to play, or so far in your career?
I mean, I had a bit of a do with Tiaki Chan, but we saw it. We're good mates now, hopefully. I think so. Anyway, when I got sin-binned for Salford, and they made a bit of a meme about it when I was walking off, and you know, irritating to play against. Said Jake Connor. Why not? Why not Jake?
Why not Jake? Is there anyone you have a bit of back and forth with?
I think I had a bit of back and forth with everyone.
Do you become a bit known for it now?
I hope not. I don't know. You know, you just always shake hands after a game, don't you? And it's all forgot about on a pitch. You know, rugby lads are all the same. We're all mad on the pitch, but off the pitch we're all good people. So yeah.
You tell us then. So look, there's no point lying about it. No one's giving Huddersfield a hope this year. Everyone thinks it's going to be down the bottom again. Yeah. What do you think Huddersfield can do?
I think we're so capable as a team to prove people wrong. Not saying we're going to go win trebles and whatever else, but you know, we're a team that just want to compete every week, and we take each week as it comes. And like I said earlier, the players on a team sheet every week, if we can keep the 13 on the 17, sorry, on the field, who knows what we could achieve. They made the Challenge Cup final a few years ago, and you know, there's still many players who want to win. You know, these lads coming to back into the career like Adam Swift, who's had a stellar career. Adam Clune, captain this year, is such a, just wants everyone to do well. He's such a nice guy. You know, we've just got such good people at this club, and such good lads. We're really close as a group of mates. We're very close. We do stuff off the field together, and you know, like Robbo says, it creates bonds. And I think we've definitely done that this pre-season. We've definitely created some great bonds with each other. Tenerife were massive. You know, we had culture nights in Tenerife, and every lad got up and spoke about their inspiration of why they play rugby, or their why they play. And I think that just brought us all closer together. You know, there were lads who've lost people in the past, and they just want to do them proud. And you know, we had a few nights. One night I don't think there were any dry eyes in the thing. We all had a tear, to be fair. And you know, that just brings us all closer together. And like I say, we can achieve something this year if we all stay on field and we all put the work in, which I know we have done. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Let's bring it back to, you're at Bradford, you have all these special moments, but then you move into a Super League environment. What's that like? Oh,
we're a big change. Yeah. Obviously Bradford were never full time, so we're always training on a night time. And then when I come here and training with like people I've always looked up to, because I was a bit of a rugby nerd when I was younger. I just used to love watching rugby. So to play with people that I've looked up to playing, it were massive. I probably struggled at the start really to get to grips with it all, because it was such different training, such different standards and stuff like that, and all I ever knew were Bradford. So, but no, yeah, it were difficult at the start, but I feel like I found my feet, and you know, yeah.
You say you're a bit of a rugby nerd. Is there a player you've played with or against that you've thought, how am I playing against this person?
Yeah, Sam Tompkins were a big one when I played Catalan. I used to love watching Josh Charnley when he were at Wigan. Yeah. He were a big one. I don't know why, because I'm never a winger. But yeah, they were just like the people like that, you know, who've been around the game a long time. You know, to play against them were massive. Sam Tompkins probably definitely the most recent one.
Did you have the moment in the tunnel where you lined up against each other going, bloody hell, this is...
Probably, yeah. Probably did have a look, and I think, yeah, look, I'm playing against, you know, I just wanted to prove myself that he's at fullback, I'm at fullback, I want to be better than you. You know, like some people you watch up to, but yeah, I highly respected him and what he's done in the game, and watching him over the years, yeah, he's class.
What do you want to achieve this year? Individually, I know what you said about the team, but individually, what do you want to do? I
just want to build on last year, really. Because it can't just happen for one season. I've got to be consistent, and I want to be consistent in my performances. You know, I didn't really play with halves last year. I played with a different pair of halves every week. Yeah. So if I get to play with Tui and Clooney, then you know, I just want to be consistent in my game, do all the little things right. I mean, Robbo's telling me, you know, before the season started, I wanted me to put weight on, get fitter. You know, which everybody can get fitter and bigger, and I feel like I've really worked hard on it. I just want to prove to myself again that I'm good enough to be in the team and stay in the team. When I get my opportunity to play, whether it's round 3 or first round, I just want to put my best foot forward and keep that spot mine. You know, and hopefully win a few more games than we did last year.
And before we fully move on from Bradford into Huddersfield, we wanted to touch on one thing at Bradford, didn't we?
We did.
Oh, what's this then?
No, Mad Monday.
Yeah.
Right, so there was the infamous Mad Monday. Were you even been on it? You wouldn't been allowed to drink. The one, the Steve Crossley.
Oh yeah, that was the best ever. Mick Gledhill, Steve Crossley. Oh, that was the best Mad Monday ever. Yeah, I was there.
You were there?
Were you old enough to drink? Definitely not, surely.
It was 2021?
I can't remember.
Yeah, maybe, I might have just, I don't know.
It was 2020 or 2021, I think.
You'll be able to recognise me with a costume on anyway, it'll be alright.
What did you have on?
I went as Dumb and Dumber with Miles Lawford.
Okay, yeah.
I went with Dumb and Dumber with Miles Lawford. And
I knew you, I'd seen pictures of you there.
I videoed one of them with Steve Crossley, and you know, it was so funny. Mick Gledhill, what a character.
And then, but then it's the Mad Monday that everyone talks about.
It's anytime anyone talks about Mad Monday, that is the Mad Monday.
Yeah, it were a good Mad Monday. Steve Cross did defo brought the giggles that day. I mean, at just one point, he just spoke like that all day though. He wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't give it a rest. It were really good. Yeah, funny.
Bradford. I'm assuming Huddersfield are a little bit tamer, or. Although have you got?
No, look at that face.
To be fair, you have got a few
characters.
Do you know what we always? Do you know what we always say? Sam Holsall knows everyone.
Oh, he's out. He's with everyone all the time.
He knows every person in the world of the league.
No, this was because we went out after the Ashes test in Liverpool. We're in Albert Sloss, and we were like.
Shock.
Sam Holsall, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Sam knows everyone. I don't know how. He gets in places. What a cat, that fella. Mad Monday here was the best Mad Monday I've ever had. Wow. And I've not had many, but it'd be hard to beat them.
Right,
now bear in mind that there's some stories that aren't fit for
definitely. Yeah.
What stories, what can you tell us that made this Mad Monday?
And where was said Mad Monday?
So we went to Benidorm.
Oh jeez.
We went to Benidorm last year.
Matt can't stand Benidorm.
Why?
It's the one place listen, I'm from Halifax. I used to go to the Acca every week.
Yeah.
It's the one place I have been where I've gone, this is too much.
We had a saying, mind the language, it's a shithole, but it's our shithole.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
He says, we always said, Tristan Powell were the man who come up with that and just won't stop saying it, and he still said it to this day. Because I don't think he's ever been to Benidorm.
Well, probably not.
No.
Probably been to Bali.
Yeah.
A few of the boys had not been before, and that was definitely the best Mad Monday. Yeah, the whole team didn't go.
Right.
There were a few lads that didn't go, but the group of lads that went, it was unbelievable.
When I went to Benidorm, actually, I was on. Remember Nick Rawsthorne? Yeah. So I was on Nick Rawsthorne's stag do. So there was like me, Chester Butler, who played down here, a couple of
Bradford,
a couple of others, and then when we get there, it was George King's stag do.
All right.
So there were George, Toby,
Yeah.
Mike Staunton,
Yeah.
and then all the Halifax lads were out there, like Jacob Fairbank and Adam Tangata and all that crew. And then everyone came together. You can imagine what that was like.
Yeah.
It was a bad night. That bad night.
Definitely Mad Monday the best. Well, Benidorm last year.
Did George King go?
No, George King didn't go.
So
King
me and George both got back. We both said never,
Never,
ever again. So
Yeah.
I am not surprised that George didn't go.
King didn't go. There were a few who didn't go. Swift didn't come. It'd have been good value.
Have you noticed it's all the season pros?
The season pros that went.
Who've probably already been to Benidorm and gone,
No.
The man of the match in Benidorm, Matty English.
Somehow it doesn't surprise.
If you know Matty, you know Matty. Yeah, that's enough said.
Right, I think we can pretty much wrap this up. We just wanted to ask, you wanted to ask about England, didn't you?
I did. Well, no. I always like to know because there are people who are obsessed with the club game. There are people who have international aspirations. You in 5-10 years' time, what would you like to have achieved in your career? So you're I'd like to do some maths. 26, then 31.
Yeah.
What would you like to have achieved?
I don't really know. I'm kind of the person that just likes taking each day as it comes and each moment I get as it comes. Stay level grounded and just want to put my best foot forward in everything I do. And who knows what comes on the back of it.
Yeah.
I don't like to set out because anything could change. So like I say, it'd be such an honour in a few years if I did get to represent England. I mean, that's everyone's dream when they want to play rugby. They want to represent the nation, and that would be massive if I ever got the opportunity to do that. But I feel like I'm a bit away from that yet. I've got a lot to prove on, a lot to work on, a lot to get better at. And who knows what the future holds.
You said your moment with your dad, that's your career highlight to this point. Is there a trophy in this game that you think could come close or top that moment?
you know, like a grand final or a Challenge Cup final, because, you know, me and my dad still go now to the grand final.
Do you?
Yeah, we went last year. You know, and I've always been since I was a kid. My dad's always took me, and he's always took me down to Wembley whenever I wanted to go. And you know, I've watched a lot of finals, and you know, I've always thought to myself, I'd love to be here one day. So yeah, I quite like the Challenge Cup. I'm a big fan of the Challenge Cup. I quite like that, but I don't think there's anywhere better to play than Old Trafford, is there?
How would it feel to you if Bradford stay in this league, they move up, and you beat Bradford to win one of those trophies? How would that feel?
You put me on here. Jesus, you got me. Well played. I don't know.
If Bullmania goes on the rise...
Well, you're going to have to play them this year.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
If I play, you know, I'd be well looking forward to that, especially at Odsal. Yeah, that'd be great if I got to play in that, you know, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that now. Challenge Cup semi-final.
I'm excited to see your half celebration of.
Right, I know this is it. Right, so you celebrate every try. If you score against Bradford, don't be the guy who doesn't.
Oh,
don't
do
be
it.
Don't be the Fernando. Sorry, don't do it. Don't do it.
Does he?
We don't want that.
No.
We want
Dad, we'll see if I score.
Now he's going to do that on purpose, just to be like.
No, don't do it. Don't be doing that nonsense. We don't. That's one thing from football we've not got.
What is the? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, people just crack on.
No.
It's your team first, innit? Team first over anything. So you know, if I score, I'll celebrate with the lads. It's all about the team first mentality. That's what we've been told. Yeah, laugh it. I'm sure he'll be at Bradford with Bradford stand anyway. Yeah, he'll be with Bradford shirt on, not living it down. Yeah, we stood in Terry somewhere. Yeah, loving it. Yeah.
Well, with that, I think that brings us to an end. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.